we all know who the coaches are that are on the hot seat as we enter this year. Like we all have an idea as to who they are, but in many cases, folks, you really can't predict who's going to lose their gig. Every single year, there are guys that lose their job, and you're like, I didn't realize that he was on the hot seat. What is going on here behind the scenes, right? Jim McElwain lost his job at the University of Florida when he made it to 2 SEC championship games. And it's like, well, what was the issue here? Oh, it was behind the scenes stuff, right? There are the guys that you know are on the hot seat that don't lose their job.
It was the posing with dead sharks. That's what it was.
Right. Then, you know why that was, Diesel? It wasn't because that, number one, that wasn't him.
Yeah, I know.
But number two, here's what got him in big trouble. He said that he got death threats from that, and he didn't.
Oh.
And he couldn't produce the death threats. And so, like, when the university looked at that like a black eye on them, that he's saying, like, people are delivering death threats to the university. And when he couldn't produce that, then he lost his job. You know what I mean? So you can't go down that road, right? Like there's certain things that you can't say when HR is involved. And then when HR thinks you're lying to them, you're not going to be employed there very long.
So it's basically a Jussie Smollett situation.
Yeah, it is.
That guy.
It is. Yeah, it is. Exactly. So the bottom line is, I'm going to ask you guys in the first segment, who is the first Power 5 head coach that's going to lose his job here in 2023? The first guy that is going to be bleep canned in 2023 from a Power 5 conference. Who is it going to be? And then we ask you for the ACC and the SEC. We are about to enter the month that we begin our ACC and SEC team preview series. We've already got Mad Craft going on the YouTube page. What's going on, guys? Welcome back, Diesel. There is something, Diesel, and I want to be able to adequately show this. How do I do this? Okay.
No. You
see here? Okay. You see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So Diesel, you do the same. Okay. And maybe Diesel can adjust his camera. Folks.
We're wearing the same outfit.
Diesel and I have exactly the same outfit on. Okay. You planned this. You don't know Diesel and I that well. We don't talk a ton. There's no way in hell this would ever have happened. Okay? There's no way in hell Diesel and I would ever have coordinated this.
And I literally just bought these shorts over the weekend. Yes. I just bought them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow. I've had mine for 5 years.
Wow.
Probably looks
you
like
need to update your wardrobe there.
No, I know. But I'll tell you what. It's mind-boggling to me that Diesel and I are wearing the exact same thing.
Have you ever heard of that phenomenon that people and their dogs start to look the same after a while?
I have.
They're like, you always see that middle-aged lady with a big fluffy dog and her hair just keeps getting bigger and bigger, or she wears flowy clothes, or you got the guy who rocks a dog with really short hair, like a muscular dog. And of course he's most of the time like a beefy muscular dude.
Right.
Yeah. People look like their dogs.
I don't know. Does that mean you're my dog or I'm your dog? What does it mean? It's like, where are we going with this? But the reality is, I don't know how it happened, folks. We've got a picture of it on our Twitter page at the Fan Upstate. Thank God we work inside, Diesel. I wouldn't want to go anywhere today looking like this. It's like we lost a bet or something, man. This is unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. We both got the salmon colored shorts. We both got the navy blue shirts. We both got dashingly good looks. All right. And that's about it. That's about it, my friends. It's crazy. Have you ever shown up to work wearing literally not only the exact same outfit, but this isn't a common outfit. Like for Diesel and I to be wearing, most guys don't have a pair of salmon colored shorts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so we're wearing salmon colored shorts and the same blue shirt on the same day. This is madness.
The only difference is that your shirt is like a scoop neck, like a round neck. Mine's a V-neck.
That's true.
And yours has little thin stripes across the chest and the arms, and mine's solid blue. That's the only difference. But from a distance, they look identical.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing in the world, man. I have no idea how this happened. I posted the picture, and for some reason in the picture, Diesel has stolen all my muscles. I don't know how and why that happened, but he's stolen all my muscles in the picture. We'll have to make sense of that some way, shape, or form. We'll have this up on the Facebook page too, so we can explain to you guys what in the heck is going on here and how this all went down. But again, we open it up to you at 844-326-3663. And this question, who is the first Power 5 coach that's going to lose their job this year, and how this all breaks down and how this all comes out? I think we have to accept the facts, and we have to highlight that there is a difference between being on the hot seat and being under pressure, right? There is a difference between that. Under Pressure is a great song. Under Pressure. Kirby Smart was under pressure because he wasn't winning national championships. It was not on the hot seat. He wasn't going to lose his job, but people wanted to see that he could take the next step.
If you could only see the myriad of hateful messages we got on our YouTube video about Shane Beamer being under pressure this year.
Right.
Because South Carolina fans, they don't understand what that means. They just lose their minds. Oh, what are you saying? Why are you saying this? He's not under pressure. He's not on the hot seat. No, nobody said that. Nobody said he was in danger of getting fired. You jumped to conclusions.
So, yeah, 100%. But Shane Beamer is under pressure. The pressure is that he wants to avoid Diesel. People saying by the end of the year, same old Gamecocks, right? I mean, you know as well as I do. If they crap the bed this year, if they go 6-6, 5-7, if they do that again this year, you know it's going to be same old Gamecocks.
They can't get over the hump.
The more things stay the same. So there is very clearly pressure that he's under, right? You know, something that happens one time is a blip. Something that happens multiple times is a trend. Beamer is under pressure, but in no way, shape, or form is he under the hot seat. Diesel, I think Pat Fitzgerald at Northwestern is firmly on the hot seat right now. He's a guy who's gotten a lot of love, who's gotten a lot of attention from a lot of other schools, and Northwestern is just consistently inconsistent. They had this stretch of years where it was like every even year they were great and every odd year they sucked, and then now he started sucking even in the even and odd years as well. And he is consistently inconsistent. You think Texas A&M would ever pull the plug on Jimbo Fisher? Coaching salaries have gone so crazy that Jimbo Fisher's 10-year, $75 million deal that he signed there doesn't even seem so crazy anymore, because he's now gotten a raise since then, and now coaches are making $10, $11, $12 million a year, when that just a few years ago, when he signed that was insane.
Imagine throwing out $10 million a year to search for a good head coach.
Right.
You pay $10 million when you know you've got an elite head coach. You don't pay that when you're searching, flinging crap against the wall to see what sticks. That's what Texas A&M is doing. That's an unenviable position to be in.
No, it is, man. It really is. And you look back at what they did, a season ago. And, the Athlon projects them to be 8-4 and 4-4 in the SEC. National forecast is number 20. But last year they were 5-7, 2-6 in the SEC. His numbers look eerily similar to what Kevin Sumlin did right before him. And Kevin Sumlin got run out of town. And I'm not about to throw the race card on you. It's more the investment, card, because they invested so much in Jimbo Fisher. Is this guy still going to be around at this point? I think Neil Brown at West Virginia is in a bit of trouble. I think Jeff Hafley, they're wanting to see at Boston College, is he going and ready, willing, and able to take the next step? And Diesel, I think Eli Drinkwitz, you'll have to explain to me why he got a raise to $7 million a year based on what he's done. So it's who really is in trouble here, right? Is Eli Drinkwitz the first to go from the SEC? Would A&M, they've got the coffers, would they move on from Jimbo Fisher if he craps the bed 2 years in a row with the anger? If they drop the losing record, Diesel, 2 years in a row, would the anger rise to the level that they could do that? Is it possible they could lose 5 games? Let's look. They're at Miami. They have Alabama. They're at Tennessee. They're at LSU. The non-conference isn't bad. New Mexico, Louisiana Monroe, Abilene Christian. Give me a break. But they do throw an at Miami in there. Somehow, if they finish 6-6, 7-5, 5-7, you wonder if the natives would get restless.
Man, I can't wait to watch Eli Drinkwitz get fired at Missouri. Look, have you ever heard that saying, people get promoted to the level of their incompetence? Like the guy, he had one great season where he was given everything he could possibly want to be a head coach and to be successful. I think Eli Drinkwitz is a very talented and very innovative offensive guy. But man, you had one season as the head coach of a good Group of 5 program, and then you jump to a cellar dweller Power 5 SEC program. You got a lot of things to fix. You got a lot of problems to take care of. Scott Satterfield left Eli Drinkwitz in a really good position. He was able to take that and be successful in one season, and then he bolted for more money. And hey, who am I to say a guy that's making, he was probably making $300K, $400K base salary at App State? It's hard for me to say I wouldn't take that kind of life-changing money to go to $4 to $5 million a year in the SEC. Sure, I would. But Eli Drinkwitz also, had he been successful for another season, he would have learned more. He would have been better equipped, and he still would have gotten a Power 5 job a year or two down the road. And Will Pelagic, ladies and gentlemen, is a Missouri alum. And you know what? I just want to wipe that smug smile off his face.
Will Pelagic here, consternation across the nation. So yeah, we like Will over here. He's a Missouri grad. And I will tell you what, it's just, we're learning that Eli Drinkwitz does not move the needle, Diesel. And Boston College, Jeff Hafley is in trouble at Boston College because he's not moving the needle. And we're giving less and less time and less patience for guys to move the needle.
I think if you'd put Eli Drinkwitz in a situation where, he takes over for Mac Brown, who did a couple of good things at North Carolina, he had taken over for him. I think Eli Drinkwitz is in a much better place. But man, he went from a Ferrari to a beater Pinto, and he just didn't know how to drive it.
You're right. No, he didn't at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spurrier did not win 9 games at South Carolina, Diesel, until year 6. Okay? Until year 6. Does Beamer get year 6? Okay? Does he get year 6?
Yeah.
To get to 9 wins?
I think he absolutely does. I think there's enough goodwill there. Yeah.
So he could go 8-5, 7-5, 7-6, 6.
Because so many South Carolina fans see 7-5, 8-4 as better than anything they've had in a long time. Like that might get you a statue, not a big one. It get you a little one, maybe a hedge cut into your image.
Spurrier's first 5 seasons, 7-5, 8-5, 6-6, 7-6, 7-6. And he got year 6 when this was like, okay, this is who he is. Man, I guess he didn't get it done at South Carolina. Then in year 6, he goes 9-5, and then the 3 straight 11-2 seasons, 3 straight. But good gosh, before 11-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it was year 7 before he got to 11-2. In this era, all right, almost every coach that is going to pops in year 3, right? So which school is not going to be patient with their coach? Is Jimbo Fisher the first to go of the Power 5 this year? Is Pat Fitzgerald the first to go from the Power 5 this year? Miami wouldn't let go Mario Cristobal if he stinks in year 2, would he? I think Florida is due for an implosion this year. I don't think there's pressure on Billy Napier this year, but there will be next year. Is there pressure on Brent Venables? Mel Tucker, Michigan State, hit it out of the park in year 1, wet the bed in year number 2. How about Greg Schiano, not Schiano, Schiano at Rutgers? Is he on the hot seat there?
That's his second stint at Rutgers, right?
It's the second stint at Rutgers. Which Power 5 coach is the first to go? I'm going to say, Diesel, it's going to be Pat Fitzgerald, even though I like him. And I think the deal that Missouri gave Drinkwitz, which is senseless, prohibits them moving on from him. I think it prohibits them moving on from him. I really do. The how, the why, I don't know, but I don't know that they can afford to eat the extension that they gave him.